Hello, I'm Elisa Zhang, and I'm a physician as well as a life and money coach. And even though I'm a money coach, I find that I can actually still have drama about money. And this just happened to me yesterday. And so, a little background story. I discovered coaching in 2020, and one of the things I had heard of was the Empowering Women Physicians Coaching Program. And there was a podcast at the time. It's run by Dr. Sunny Smith. And she had a retreat to Bora Bora at the Four Seasons Hotel. And she talks about it on her podcast, and there was information about it on her website. And just hearing about it, it just sounded magical to have a bunch of women physicians together, getting coached together, working on mindset together in this beautiful place. And the reason she chose Bora Bora is because it's just one of the most beautiful places on earth that she's been to, and she just wanted to bring other women physicians there. So I found this out during the pandemic when no travel was happening. And in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm in. When she does this Bora Bora retreat again, I am definitely going. And so fast forward to present day, I started seeing some posts on my Facebook feed about people talking about Bora Bora. And then I saw that Sunny did announce in the Empowering Women Physicians Facebook group that she had booked the Four Seasons Hotel in Bora Bora to do another retreat there. And so I was so excited. I signed up for the email waiting list for this trip back, in 2020. And so yesterday I was in Peoria doing orientation at the new clinic I'll be working at, Illinois Eye Center. And I get this email on my phone. It just happens to be, I had a little downtime at that moment. And I saw that registration was possible for the Bora Bora trip. She had opened registration first to EWP alumni, of which I actually never did her program. I have a little bit of FOMO about that as well, but that's okay. The timing didn't work out just quite right for it to happen, and it is what it is. So at any rate, so I was like, oh yes, it's here. And then I kept reading, and there are only 4 spots left because so many spots have been filled up by EWP alumni. So I'm like, I've got to sign up now. And I scrolled down through the email. If you know Sunny Smith at all, she uses a lot of words. So there are 2 options. Option 1, $27,000. Option 2, $15,000. Now, of course, this is the Four Seasons Hotel in Bora Bora. I get that, it's going to have a relatively high price tag. And I'm sure that, when I first looked at the website, it was also a high price tag. And, but I have to say, when I first saw those numbers, I kind of gasped a little bit. I had to kind of take a little bit of a deep breath, and I was like, okay, look, I told myself, I was talking to myself, I told myself I really want to go whenever this became available again. And, I should be all in. And then, I looked at the dates, and fortunately there were dates that I was set to work. And of course, it's far enough out that I can take that time off. And I was like, okay, I looked again. Option 1 included essentially 5 months of coaching. It would be coaching from the time you sign up in September up to when the retreat is, which is the last week of January, first week of February. And the second option was 1 month of coaching, which was coaching in January up leading to the retreat. And I was like, okay, so there's additional coaching, and, I value coaching. Obviously I coach, I have my own coaches. I pay for my own coaching. And so of course, I just think, okay, I said I was going to go, I made that decision. I'm going to honor that decision. I'm going to honor my past self. And then I thought about, oh my God, can I even charge $15,000 on my credit card? But then I saw, okay, there was a payment plan. Let's see what it was. And it was 2 payments of $7,500. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I could charge $7,500. I recently just got back from a 5-week trip to Europe where I charged a lot of, hotels and restaurants. And so I knew I had, a significant balance, which, I'm going to pay off by the end of the month. But, I typically just pay it in the week before it's due and not right away. And so I went and did it, and it was, I don't know what the word was. I wouldn't say nervous, because it wasn't like I was nervous about going. I love to travel. I've never been to Bora Bora. It looks amazing. I've actually never stayed at the Four Seasons. I've had dinner at the Four Seasons, but never stayed there, stayed at a Four Seasons hotel. So it's like, um, it's going to be amazing, incredible. But I think it was just about spending that much money. And I started really questioning myself about that. It's like, why? Like, I've spent more money on lots of things. I've spent more money on my coach certification. And that at the time was not even an investment thinking I was going to have a coaching business. I did that, for me and my own self-development. And that was actually more than this retreat. And I've spent money on business coaching and with other coaches. But I think it's because I was really looking at this as a treat to myself, sort of like, vacation. And while I've spent this much on vacation, it was with both my husband and I, and that was like all said and done, it was around 15,000, as opposed to, here, this is the retreat, which does include the hotel and food, but there will be, the plane ticket and any extra activities, and I'm sure there will be other costs. So that might be it. And then, I had to bring myself back and be like, look, you're not just going to Bora Bora. You're going for a wellness and coaching retreat where you're going to have growth, and you're going to there to experience that growth. But I think even though like I was kind of telling myself this, part of me inside was still feeling like, this was just a treat to myself, and this wasn't an investment in myself. And as time has gone, it's been just over 24 hours since I booked it. I was like, no, this is an investment in myself. I am going to grow from this. I'm going to get a lot out of all the coaching, and that's going to, uplift me. And even if it doesn't have, quote, a return on investment, and I like, quote, make that money back, that's okay. Like, I'm worth it. So I want to turn this around to, what do you have money drama about? Is it about spending some high ticket amount of money? Or is it just that, there's something that you want to have that's nicer than you currently have, but whatever you currently have is, good enough or still fully functional? It feels wasteful to get something new. This could be like, like something simple. Maybe it's even like a kitchen gadget. Maybe, or pots and pans. I don't know, I'm thinking about kitchen stuff, but, maybe there is a waffle maker that you really want, the newer one that, flips over and turns over and seems like it makes waffles great, versus the waffle maker you have, it's fine, but, they come out, maybe a little crispier than you want. And, you're just not buying it because you have something functional. Well, think about like what joy could bring and how much that's worth it to you. Yeah, you can always donate or give away the old. And if every time you make waffles now with the new waffle maker, that brings you joy, if eating the new waffles out of that waffle maker brings you joy, then maybe that's just worth it in itself. Or is it, spending a whole lot of money on something that seems unnecessary? Or like this, like my example, an investment in yourself. We're not necessarily used to investing in ourselves as physicians, but if you think about it, we did invest in ourselves to go to medical school, right? Medical tuition is a huge investment, and it's a huge money investment. It's also a huge time and energy investment. So we have made investments for ourselves, and it maybe is like, oh yeah, but when you go to medical school, then you can actually work and make that money back. Sometimes investments aren't always about making money back. Sometimes the money that you're going to make back is going to come back in different ways. It may actually come back in a way where you save a lot of money, where you end up not spending money on other things because of what you learned or realized from whatever that investment is. Or it could be that it prevented you from losing money in some way, or it could be that it just changed your thought pattern for what you wanted, and so you don't feel like you need to spend as much money on something. So you never know how an investment is actually going to play out, but if you really just look at your purchase as an investment and think about all the ways that it can be investment, either investment into your improved, saving you time, bringing you more joy, saving you money, or making money in some way. I mean, there's so many ways that you can have a return on the investment that you're putting into something that isn't necessarily just making money back. And I mean, making time back can be even more valuable than making money back. So if you would like to work on something in your money mindset, if you're, having trouble spending money that you have, even if it's something that you think would bring you joy, or you're having, issues with too much spending, you're splurging a lot, you're buying things and then regretting those purchases later. Those are all things that we can talk about, that I can help you with. If you have any interest, you can always sign up to talk to me through my website, growyourwealthymindset.com. You can also just shoot me an email, wealthymindsetcoaching@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I also have a podcast called the Grow Your Wealthy Mindset podcast. So I hope you'll tune into that too. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day.